want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream.
Every single person out here has a dream, but the reality is that they lose sight of it. We get busy, we get caught up in work, and our dream passes us by. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, inspiring people to take the small steps and realize that dream that's way up here is actually possible when you chunk it down and you move closer to it. So I come out here and I hold up my sign every day. Hey guys, my name is Zach. I'm out here talking about dreams. I started doing signs that were motivational and inspirational. And then after weeks of doing that and 40, 50 signs, my friends online said, dude, I know you're missing these great conversations. We need to see what you're talking about with the people, not just a picture of your sign. So I got this GoPro right here. And now it's evolved to where I've become more clear about my life's mission, which is everything about dreams. The very first day I come out here, I'll be so honest with you, I was terrified. I was scared of what people think. I'd already spoken on stage. I was scared. I was like, what if people shut me down? What if people, hate on me? What if people cuss me out? The what if is what holds everybody back. What if they don't?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is another episode of Dream Talk. I'm excited to be here with you. Some people know me as Zach. Some people know me as the Genie. You may know me as Dreamcat, and you may know this as Dream Talk. What we do here on this weekly podcast that we host every Thursday at 7 p.m. EST, except today it's 7:42 EST. I'm losing and I'm winning at the same time, so I apologize for that. But today we are going to talk about your identity and how you can align your identity, how you identify and see yourself with your dream reality and how you can intersect the two. So this is a juicy topic that I'm excited for. And of course, what we do here is we don't just talk about self-help and personal development and how to achieve our dreams, but we show you how these rules, these universal laws can be applied to Web3, applied to the meme coin space, applied to crypto, and how we are applying them directly to Dreamcat here. And with the whole rush and bush, if you look off to the maybe you're right. I see now one of my lights. You see it up against the wall. Normally it points at that. So I'll just start off, keep it real before we dive in. Let's see. We got a few people pulling up in the chat. Hello, Tim. Hello, Chastity. What's up? What's up? I'll save you and tell you that I'm not AI. Some people say, are you AI? I'm not. I see you. Shout out to you. Welcome, welcome. Let me just tell you, best day ever and a little bit behind the gun. Let me tell you the funny reasons why. So I went to the theme parks today, went on some rides. I read books while I ride, productive. So I'm going to read anyway. I love to do it beautiful weather. The sunshine is back. I slept through the entire night. Sometimes that's rare. I've been having some issues sleeping, so I slept all night, first time in a few weeks, which was really great. I woke up in movement. I did what I needed to do. I did my exercise. I paid my dues. I went to the store after, and every single thing that I like to eat at my store was buy one, get one free. My ice cream was buy one, get one free. My Stonyfield yogurt, vanilla yogurt was buy one, get one free. My granola bars, my special breakfast bars, buy one, get one free. My avocado oil chips, some healthy stuff that's normally like pricey items was all buy one, get one free. And those are the small things in life that can actually bring you joy and power you up for the day. So I'm late because I made my dinner, I made my salad, I made my tacos, and you said, you know what, instead of scarfing this and burping all over the stream, I'm gonna operate free will and I'm gonna push this back. So I hope you can still benefit. We may lose some I am beautiful and I am pretty. Well, thank you for that. We may take a while for some of our OGs to pull up here because we pushed off the time. But if you're here, share it out, drop a comment, and we'll still give you the alpha. We'll still give you the alpha. All right, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do here. So we are going to talk about identity, how this can shape your dream reality, how you can align to crypto. But first, we're going to talk about the market because this has been an interesting week. We're going to go a little bit inverse. Let's take a look here at the Dream cap price, and we're just going to go inverse. We're going to talk about the markets first, look at the price of Dream and a few cryptos here because this was after some deep fears, we had some upside. What's going to happen next? Let's talk about it. So quick look here. Here's the Dream Cat chart. Now, this chart doesn't look beautiful. It's kind of messed up. I can't show you perfectly. It doesn't look that bad, but we're actually up this week. I think we got as low as, 42, 43K. We're at 55K. Obviously, there's lots of fluctuations, not a ton of volume right now, but you know what? Everyone fakes their volume anyway. So it's good to keep it real. I feel optimistic. The other part of my best day ever I forgot to mention was powerful knowledge and information. I swear I'm in some form of like mass information obtainment. And so learning these things empowers me and just makes me feel super good about life. So I can say on the Dream Cat stand, looking at the chart, 55,000, I feel great about Dream. I founded Dream for a purpose. It's a long-term project. I feel very confident about my life's direction and how we can point Dream. The books I read today while I'm hanging out at the theme park, they relate to Dream, So we are on track, believe it or not. And let destiny be destiny. And shout out to the investors, the people who dollar cost average, the people who believe. Kudos to you. Now, on that note, let's take a quick peek over here. All right, let's look at this. This is the Fear and Greed Index. So I want to bring this up. I made some tweets about this. And I just want to bring this to your attention here. We're here in crypto. Some people are first cyclers. You don't know what this is all about. You don't understand. If you are here for the first time in crypto, this is like what a time to be alive. What a time to be in the space. Painful, but also opportunity-based, out of this world, okay? The current Fear and Greed Index is 16. Now, let me explain what that means. Basically, think of it like this. This score, red means bad, right? Common sense. Red, bad. Green, good. Low number, like an F, bad. High number, 100% like an A. What this means is basically 16% of people are believers right now, while as 84% of people are like, I'm not feeling it. I'm kind of scared. I don't know about all this. Yikes, I'm selling. I'm on the sidelines. Earlier this week, or maybe just last week, that Fear and Greed Index was 5. 5 out of 100. That was the lowest that it is. I think that's the lowest it's ever been since they've tracked. So if you understand, I'm going to explain it out loud, but I try to pull it up, just that graphic I share with the tweet. But if you understand this, know that when you got here, if this is your first cycle, when you got here in 2023 and you're trying to chase your dream, that's when most things started up, right? So it was like November 2023, that's when kind of hype began. When we started there, the Fear and Greed Index was at 23, okay? It was at 23. It went all the way up to like 80. It got really high. Now it is 5. So it's gone lower and lower and lower, and we've had crazy black swans. We've had like dangerous, scary things happen in the space, and it's still higher now than no, it's lower now than it was when there was like crazy bad things happening. And the truth is, like, it's not even that bad. It's just like overreaction. So I'm just gonna read this tweet that I made. It's too small. Let me make it big. I'm gonna read this tweet that I made a couple days ago on my personal account, the Genie. Okay, so I posted the chart. I saw it at 5, but this was at 11. So here was the perspective I was trying to give you. Look at the chart so you can get a visual here, okay? This is good for you to look at. When you're looking at this is what I explained. September 2023, when you first got started, people who were early were telling you about crypto, right? Or not even. They're like, oh my gosh. People like me were like, oh man. Actually, I'm like right here. I'm like, oh man, it looks like crypto's about to be a thing. I think cats are going to be a thing. I'm in here. You probably are getting shilled crypto right here, right? Trump's getting into office. That's what happened. Trump was elected right here. So that was so far the proverbial top, right? There's excitement in, wow, for this high already, and Trump's just getting in. We're going to the moon because we mooned early. High, high, high. And then, up, and goes down. But we're still getting good news. Things are happening. The world's changing. But here we are, all the way down here. Now, what I want to say, I'll read the tweet real quick. Just share the message that I gave before. If I can, there we go. Get out of this picture. All right, here's what I wrote. I basically said, the fear and greed index. Okay, first cyclers, see where you started in 2023, somewhere in the 20s or higher. When we are there, everything flows. The attention, the energy, the momentum, it's peak. It's literally max. Where we are today is the best opportunity you've had so far. Ever. It's the best. Not ever, I guess, because you could have been earlier, but at least in terms of meme coins, besides the beginning, this is your next best opportunity, because most people think, a bear is coming, and it may. It totally could happen, and then prices actually would even get lower in that case. So just be aware of this. But the fear and greed index has never been this low. So what I had to say is, where we are today is the best opportunity you've had so far. Likely you've already aped. Not everything's going to bounce back. So tread with caution, but learn. The biggest winners care when there's no reason to care. They pay attention when attention is lost. We still don't have full mainstream adoption. You have the chance to change your life. Now, that's why I sit up here and talk about dreams, because I believe that crypto is going to shape my future and my reality. It's the thing as a millennial that I'm hitching my ride to. I saw some tweets about people, and I'll get into the topic, I promise. I just want to talk a little crypto here first. But I hear some conversations out there. I see some tweets out there, and people talk about like, man, when your friend finds out you invested $1,000 into crypto. What? You invested $1,000 into crypto? You're nuts. You're crazy, man. No, what a waste of $1,000. And I'm just here sitting thinking like, we're all at different positions. We're all at different, places in life. But, I know some people have invested $10,000. Some people invested, $50,000. Some people invested millions of dollars. It's all perspective. But as a dreamer, I think dreamers are more risk averse. Maybe you agree or disagree. To me, the way I think as a dreamer is I think, hey, I already know what the status quo is. I know how the regular world works. I know, what life looks like if I get a 401k and get just a regular old mortgage and lease a couple cars. Like, it's the trap that is the American dream for some, but it's a trap for others, because you work your entire life and you kind of slave away. And I don't know, is that the answer? Is it not the answer? So I've always thought personally, as a dreamer, got to break out somehow. It's either investing. Gary Vee talked about how he invested $200,000. Check this out, Gary Vee. Gary Vee invested $200,000 in Facebook way back when. The $200,000 turned into, he said, 8 figures. So that means it could be $10 million, $20 million. It could be $10 million to $99 million. $200K he invested. Now, you may not have $200K, but here's what's important to note, which caught me by surprise, that I'm like extra locked in now. He said the $200,000 that he invested in the time, was 90% of his savings. So he basically went all in, and they asked him, Gary, dude, how could you know back then? Why did you go 90% of your savings into Facebook? What a risk. He said it wasn't really a risk because guess what? I believe in people, and I believed in Mark Zuckerberg, So that was his choice. He's a people believer. And I think the end of the video was like, what do you believe in? And this, man, I mean, this kind of like woke me up like, okay, wait a minute. We'll see you, Amos. Amos just sharing out the space. We love it, bro. Of course, we'll probably do some giveaways here today. So keep in mind that. We may do a mystery game at the end, but we got 30,000 Dream to dish out on Dream Talk. So, hey, man, if you're one of the people who's here, you have the chance to claim that. Thanks for the share. So then I had to think about this, and I said, wait a minute. He went all in. He believed. What is in my bag today? What do I believe in? Because guess what? I believe in a lot of things. I believe certain meme coins are going to do this. I believe certain narratives are going to do this, and maybe you do too. Whenever something happens, most people are willing to reflect on it, right? Oh, I always knew Bitcoin would get 100K. Oh, I always knew XRP would be $5. Oh, I knew Tesla would blow up. We all have those stories. Some of us sold, some of us invested, some of us lightly invested, right? I'll throw $200 at it. And it goes on to do the 10 million X, and you knew it, but you didn't act as if. So for me, just paused everything on this random thought on Gary Vee here when we'll just take a quick peek at the market and some of the plays, but keep that in mind, because I had to think about that and say, okay, what do I truly believe in? And am I going to miss this opportunity? Because this kind of stuff, like where we are now, this is like not a once, is in our generation, we have a multitude of variables that can change your life all at once, which for some people, it doesn't happen for like 30, 40 years, okay? So we have, my homie texted me back, sorry, go on, do not disturb, so I can be with you guys. We have AI, we have crypto, and we have robotics. And on top of all that, we just have like a shifting society. So we may shift to like a new financial system for the first time in like, I don't know, like 90 years. Same financial system for 90 years. That's someone's entire life. During your lifetime, we're going to shift. During shifts, I didn't realize this is what I was getting at today. I still got a main topic for you about identity. During shifts is one of the best times to win. Like disasters, bad things happening. So you thought 2008, when there was a real estate crash, was a good time to win. That was saved. That was a crash, but it was saved. We had potential bank collapses. We had a recession after we had 2008 real estate. Then we had a recession. I think that was like 2011, 2012. Then we had several bank failures. We had Wall Street got bailed out 2 times. So major systems have collapsed, but they've been bailed out. Now, I'm not trying to sit up here and say that the entire system's going to collapse this time and the whole financial system's going to go under, but I just believe that transitions, major transitions, when you're talking about trillions of dollars. You know what I looked up? Let's look it up together. Let's look it up together. All right. Let's go grok it. Let's grok it. I want to show you this in real time so you can understand. Because this is kind of, I mean, these are the thoughts that go through my head. So look at this. How much money goes through Swift? We'll just say Swift. So Swift is, the reason I looked at this was because I was looking at XRP, right? And we talk a little bit about XRP and DreamCat, because if you didn't know, the total supply of DreamCat is 589 million. And that's actually a salute to the XRP army. XRP is how I got in the space. Now, so I looked up the other day, how high could XRP really get? You know, it's already 90 billion. I think XRP's market cap's 90 billion. So how much money, you know, in the whole cross-border payments of the world, like all the money flows that move through the world, how much money really is that? According to here, okay, I'm just reading. The current trajectory as of 2024 of the amount of money that flows through annually through the SWIFT system or cross-border payments is $195 trillion. It says by early 2030, they suspect projections to be $290 to $320 trillion. $290 trillion. Okay. Now, I wish I had all these graphics to put up to allow you to quantify how big $290 trillion is. But I'm just going to have to give you some perspective by looking at the actual market. So I wanted to talk about this anyway, to look at some prices. We've had fluctuations of prices. But real quick, I just want to give you like a visual, okay? We just said $290 trillion flows through the world economy. How big is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is $1.3 trillion. So in our minds, we think, man, 67,000, Bitcoin is humongous. I'm not buying BTC, which I'm not. I'm not buying ETH, which I'm not. Just not for me. I'm going to pass on them. But you may think they're already huge. 243 billion market cap. XRP is $85 billion. Solana, which Dream is on, $48 billion. That is huge. But we're talking about $290 trillion. That's all the money flow. So when we look at this, this is what makes me like crazy bullish for the future of life in crypto investing over a 10-year span. And this is how I'm playing the game. Okay, look. I think we reached, I guess this was an all-time high ever. Okay, so look. 50% off right now. So the highest ever could be, no, I'm not wrong. I think unless it got higher in 2021, I don't think so. The highest ever that the crypto total market evaluation has ever been is $4.2 trillion. $4.2 trillion is the biggest it's ever been. Currently, all the cryptos together, every single crypto, every single meme coin is $2.32 trillion. But all the world's money on a yearly basis that flows through the SWIFT system, the financial system, is $290 trillion. That's like 100 plus X, like 120X or something for the whole entire crypto space, not one crypto, not Bitcoin. That is insane. This is why you must dream. This is why you pay attention. This is why it's good to think short term for the market, but you don't just want to chase greed. You want to keep a lookout as well, because some of these, projects may last for a decade. So let's take a look at that, and then let's dive into the topic. Okay, I usually don't procrastinate this long, but I want us to talk about the markets a little bit too. Keep it crypto based with the dream centric. Bring it all together in one place. So if we're taking a gander here, let's just look at a few. We got alts and stuff. Okay, so Solana was getting low. Solana was like maybe 75, and now a couple days ago this looked beautiful. Now it doesn't. Now everything's red. So we got little dips again. So this is some kind of like alts, Cardano, Chainlink. These are still pretty low. The price. All right, let's just look at a few charts. So what I want to show you is the last week I did some dollar cost averaging. I shifted my strategy a long time ago. So I used to when I believe super big, I just buy it all up. Like I buy it all in one hit. Now I have sold myself on dollar cost averaging, basically saying every so often I'm just going to buy some regardless of the price and bring out my average buy-in, because I'm just playing for the long game. So I can't time it perfectly. But look, if you're looking at the market now, okay, look, the best time to be a believer was here. If you were with us in 2018, you had that real get rich chance right off the rip with something as big as this. You still have that chance in meme coins. But then when everything was quiet and everyone thought it was over and no one cared, something like Chainlink was about $6, $7. This is when nobody cared. This was a bear market, okay? And then by the time you got here, somewhere in here, by the time you got here, oh man, everyone get excited. Chainlink is up 300%, right? And that's when I'm getting here. When I'm getting here, Chainlink's up 300%. I actually bought some right around this range. Oh, wow, things are happening. It's only going to go up from here. And it did. It went up again. You could have 80% got a return from there to there. But now look, we hit $27, and now we're down at $9. So we're down 3x. We're down 300%, and we're only 50% above, not even, like 40% above these lows. So it's not a bad place to buy. It may not be a great place to buy, but all I'm saying is, we had, it basically looked like we were going down, 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 down. Now we got an uptick up recently. Now from here, we wait and see. Was this a fake out? We kind of pushed decently, like the numbers don't show now, but some meme coins on this list, man, it all happened so fast. Some meme coins on this list, it looks like they're down bad, but the 24 hours on some of these, some were up 40%, 20%, 18%. I mean, Dream's probably up 20% on the week. So some of these, and you can just get to see my watch list here. Some cats I look at. This is my actual watch list. Some meme coins I have on there. So yeah, I just wanted you to look at that. Price go up, price go down. I now see it's gone down today a bit in the last 24 hours. But yeah, what happens here? Something you keep in mind. Now, here's the last thing I want to tell you, and then let's move on. If you have, I see you, Amos. Salute, salute. What up? All right, sorry. I look at the comments. All right, so here's what I want you to think about before we move forward. If you have, maybe you have money, maybe you're invested, maybe the market's gone down. For most people, if you're a first cycler or even a second cycler, like I've aped in a lot. Thank the Lord, I still have some money, but not a ton of money, right? I'm predominantly in the market, in the things I believe in, and obviously my bags are down significantly, like anyone else. But I feel good about my plays. But anyway, I say all this to say, from here, just pay attention, right? If you don't have any more money, don't just sit on your hands and log off. Go make some more money. We could be here, we could be down and then chill for a year, but this is a beautiful, amazing time where when things are down, meme coins especially down 90%, a $20 investment, that may not change your life alone, but let me tell you, I've had when Solana was like $70, it's close now. When Solana was $70 and I was buying on the way up, I put one Solana in a few different projects, and that $70 turned to like $4,000, $5,000. Okay, maybe you don't have $70. Maybe you only have 10. That 10 could turn to 5 or 600 or 700 or 800 in a short while, in a month or two. And that's not even a moon scenario. Now, what you can do from there is you maybe believe in the one and you let the horse ride for 10 years. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. But also, you don't have to moon all the way. So you get to $700-800. Some people say, I'm selling, I'm going to just put it in USDC and stablecoins, and I'm going to sit on my hands until the markets come back down, like right now. And if they have, you can put 20 here, 20 there, 20 there. So what I'm looking at is, let me get some more money. I got some money to spend, but if I have an abundance, even better. And regardless of what happens in this market, I'm playing for the long term, and I'm questioning, hey, what are my big beliefs? What do I truly believe in? What will I feel so bad about if these prices that we don't care about today are just blown the freak away? And I can tell you one other thing. When things moon, you will buy higher naturally. All of my friends that I know who knew I was in crypto started hitting me up when Bitcoin got exactly where Bitcoin is now. So it doubled. It went up to 128K. It's down here. But when it climbed from like 20K or 18K to 65K, 69K, that's when my friends started messaging me. At the new all-time high. They said, hey, what do you think about crypto? Is it a good time to buy? So just know, when you see Solana at $400, you're just going to be like, it's going to 10,000. I'm going to buy some more. So I'm not telling you to ape. Things can go lower, but if you're thinking for the long term, this is how dreamers play. Dreamers, Elons, these people think in decades. They don't dream in what's the ticker of the day? What's the ticker of the month? They think in decades. They dream in decades. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, now, I think I can move on to the topic. I see my man Coiny talking to my guy, Progressive AI, AMP. I'll see you guys in the comments. Quanta, I see you. Okay, let's get into the topic. I screenshot on my phone for you. Let's pull it up. It's actually a good thing that we have such a makeshift space today because the topic is relatively short, but I still think it's profound. And I mean, I'm a little biased. I think every topic's profound. But here's what's on my mind. I am provoked by the thoughts of life. We talk about how our dreams are shaped by the rules that we live with, the habits that we make, the thoughts that we think, the things that we read, the things that we listen to. These shape our life. This determines whether you end up as a brokey or you make some money in your life, if you're happy, if you're sad, if you end up struggling with addiction or happily ever after. All of these things matter. And so I like to go through these things, process the game of life, and every once in a while I have ideas. Usually these ideas are provoked by listening to a podcast like this that you're listening to now. Hopefully I can provoke ideas in you that wake you up. And the idea that I'm high on right now is, first of all, what is your identity? And how can you shift if you don't like your current life, if you don't like the current script, how can you shift your identity? It's not even like a crazy blueprint. Like the reality is it's literally a decision in the understanding that you're living every way you live, how much money you think you can make, what's a lot of money, what's a little money, what you expect for your life. This is all based on your identity. So how you see yourself. And this has been coming up more in my personal development stuff, basically saying like the confidence or belief that you have in yourself, which all correlates to your identity, has a major effect on your success. So for example, if your identity is, okay, let's just say I grew up poor. So let's just say you grew up poor too, right? You grew up poor and you never witnessed like the good life ever. So all you know is, hey, I just graduated high school. Mom's taking us to McDonald's and we can order whatever we want. In some people's realms, no disrespect, because McDonald's Play Place was like our Six Flags or Disney World growing up. So I get it. Let's go to the Play Place and have a Happy Meal. That was a flex. That was a thing. If that's your standard and that's what is in your range based on, you know, how much, excuse me, 1 second. I didn't want to have a blunder. I felt like I had something on my nose. I don't know if it was like a booger or something, but I felt there was actually nothing there. So I just felt that. So I don't want to have, you know, try to keep it clean. But hey, happens to the best. We all have them, right? So what is your identity? Okay, so going to McDonald's, all this stuff. If that's your flex, like you graduate and you say, let's go to McDonald's and get whatever you want. That is all you know. That is your level of things. And so if you see someone who pulls up to the McDonald's drive-thru in a Ferrari, naturally, unless you have like the proper teaching or upbringing, you're going to be like, maybe have some animosity or be like, wow, nice car. Wouldn't that be nice? Like in my dreams, right? Maybe in another world, we just eat stinking McDonald's. Let me tell you that if that's your like how you see the world, if that's, you know, your belief system about what your reality is, you're already cooked. And that's why we do these talks right here, because you believe it or not, your success in crypto, your success in meme coins, actually, believe me or not, is very much dependent on your internal systems, your thoughts of things, what's big, long-term thinking, belief systems, confidence, knowledge. All these things matter and shape how theoretically rich you could or couldn't get. So if you have this system, this belief system, this directly ties into your identity. And what I want to ask you today is, first of all, let's go through it. What is your identity? How do you identify yourself? And a good way to know this is like how you would introduce yourself. So if you're out, you know, and someone says, hey, Amos, dude, good to see you, Amos. Man, tell me about yourself. What do you do, Amos? Like some people identify with their job, right? So you can say, oh man, yeah, I'm Amos and I'm a construction worker. I'm Amos and I'm a podcaster, right? Oh yeah, man, I'm Amos and I am a dreamer, right? I'm a dreamer, man. It's nice to meet you. I'm just a dreamer. Like you don't even identify with, I work at Target. You're a dreamer. That's how you identify. And ironically, I projected onto you because my identity, when I identified it, is a dreamer. That is how I identify myself. And what I realized in this self-thought is that I could adopt a number of different identities based on things I do. So technically, I've written a book, right? I've authored a book. So I could call myself author. This could be an identity that I could adopt. Technically, or not technically, in reality, I am hosting this Dream Talk podcast. It's on Spotify. It's live. It's a podcast. Some days we get 600 views. Some days we get 50 views. But I could say, my name's Zach Krupp. I'm a podcast host, right? I could identify as a entrepreneur because I've made a product. I've made a course. I've done coaching. I could say I'm a coach. That wouldn't be the best identity. I could say I'm a salesperson. I used to do sales. Okay, I could say that. I could say some people identify, and this was what I realized was crazy to me. Some people really identify based on their sexual identity, right? So if someone's gay, they may say, hi, my name's Joe and I'm gay. That is how they see themselves. Now, that's pretty wild to me because it's like, man, to me, just being a straight male is just like a piece of life, right? Like, oh, I'm a straight male. Yeah, straight male, you're a gay male, like whatever you are, that's fine. Do whatever you want. But to me, I mean, it's a lot of weight to put into your identity. So think, what is your identity? How do you currently see yourself? And another thing I've realized about identity that I've learned just from introspection is that when you don't know who you are, when you don't know what your dream is, what you're supposed to do in life, what we do is we cling to the next best available identity that we can possess, right? Because understand that when we're coming up the ladder, of course, we want to represent ourselves in the best light, and we may not have anything to show for it. You may be like, man, I got $5 to my name, but gosh dang it, I am a copywriter. I am a crypto trader. I am a like however you want to name it, you cling to that because as human beings, and some of you AI, like Iggy AI out there, man, not even real. He's just like an AI cyborg or something. But we all cling to some form of title because we want to know who we are. And that's okay because I've realized as I've gone up, I feel more sure of myself than ever. But along the way, I'd be like, man, I'm this, or oh, I'm an author. I did all that stuff. Just like you haven't achieved anything, so you just cling to that thing. So here's the thing now. You figure out what your current identity is and ask yourself, does this identity limit your ideal future? Or can you change this identity superficially, just realistically? Like it's all a game anyway. The identity that you pick for yourself is just an optic of your belief system. Okay, so how you see yourself is made up. Your beliefs that shape your mind determine what your identity is. I wrote down a few others here, like I am a Christian father, I am a meme coin founder, I am a carpenter, I'm a dreamer. Okay, this identity shapes how we live and who we can become. Okay, so now the question is, right, what would be an examples of identities that can serve you? Because all right, let me give you this. Have you ever heard of someone who has a alter ego? Have you ever heard of that? You run into someone and say, oh, well, my name's Zach, but really I'm the genie, right? The genie and Zach are almost the same thing, to be honest. But if I hated who Zach was and Zach had limitations, a way to hack into the system was I would build some form of like alter ego or some other identity who doesn't have the same flaws that Zach may have. So I feel pretty solid about where I am, whether I'm Genie the Dreamer or Zach the Dreamer, Dreamcat the Dreamer. But for example, for you, if you are extremely shy and you are terrified to speak in front of people and you think you are destined to the 9-to-5 slavery of life and you'd rather be a multi-millionaire YouTuber then a game you could play with yourself is to shift your identity. And so you look at a lot of famous people and they've all done this. They've built, I'm choosing to do it just with myself, right? So Tony Robbins is Tony Robbins. I want to be Zach Krupp. But some people, I think of the streamers, right? There's a streamer called Nia. I don't even know why I'm giving these people. Who else can I give attention to? Because I don't want to give them. They're the perfect example though. But these guys are like degenerates. I don't necessarily want to give them all the hype. Who else uses alter egos? Obviously, superheroes have them. Streamers, influencers. I guess we'll use them. We'll use some YouTubers too. So think like Mr. Beast, for example. His name is Jimmy. But Mr. Beast is the name that he made for himself. Maybe he's this big character. He says he doesn't even like people. But ironically, he makes videos that are seen by billions of people, right? So he's an entertainer, and he does this character where, like, when he's on camera, he's excited, he's enthused, he's high energy. And then when he's off camera, he's very, like, calculated, right? So it's a different person. So maybe he just became the identity of, I'm the streamer who's going to get be the most viewed streamer in the world is Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast acts like this, talks like this, and does this. I guess another good example would be music artists, right? Music artists do this. I'm going to use some rappers. I don't necessarily support them, but Eminem, there is Eminem and Slim Shady, right? And some of the stuff's kind of dark, but it doesn't have to be a negative thing for you. So Eminem is like, oh, I'm a pretty good rapper. And Slim Shady's like, I'm this diabolical, cutthroat, coming at your head rapper. Nicki Minaj, same thing. It was Nicki Minaj, which is like her regular, and then she had some like crazy, like evil impersonator. Beyonce has one too. Beyonce, I think, is Sasha Fierce, maybe. So some of that stuff can be dark, but the point was an alter ego. It's a different identity that they use that gives them different superpowers, right? It's using your imagination. So the thing that I want to tell you today is shifting your identity to your dream is something that you can do. And there's a couple things that help you get on this path. I think this is twofold. So I think identity matters a lot, but the other thing that matters to me is like the script of your life. So combined, if you're live and paying attention, type identity in the chat and type script in the chat. I'm going to type it myself. And we'll see if anyone's here tapping in live, because this is what you need to know. Identity. Script. Two separate things. Come on, dude. Don't lag on me like that. Identity. Send. Thank you. Script. Send. 2 words. And we want to take these 2 words and follow me here, because if you're going to be a crypto millionaire, right, you have to change your identity of what's big. If you really want to make $1 million in crypto, is that what you want? Is that the identity? Like, what do you actually want? Once you get clear about what you want and who you want to be, that number may change a lot. You want $1 million? Why? Because society told you need a lot of money? Because you think you want freedom? What if you only need 300K to be free? What if you need 30 million to be free? You need to figure these things out. So figure out, like, that's why the identity is important. That's why the script's important. Matter of fact, to know where you're actually going to go. Okay, twofold. First thing here, we'll get back to identity. Script. We've touched on script. I have a script for my life. This is my current life. I am, dream cat, genie, whatever. I live in this place. I don't have a wife. I'm not yet a millionaire, right? So this is just my current reality. This is what it is. Some people live from this reality forever, right? They don't foresee how it could get crazy. Oh, maybe I'll get a promotion at my job. Maybe I'll win the lottery. Normal living. They just go along. This is who I am. This is kind of what's been available to me, blah, blah, blah. But then there's also like quantum leaps, right? There's people who just leave behind. They rocket up into different realities. They do this because of, one, the belief that they can. It's not usually by accident. It's usually by some deeper desire or some deeper trajectory that they've painted for their life. A dream, you could say. Man, yeah, I'm here today. I'm not a millionaire. I'm this, but I could see myself having hundreds of millions of dollars to make my dream come true, right? I can just see it in my mind. So what that is that's part of my script, okay? I am who I am today, but that's just who I am so far. That doesn't define this is how I'm going to live till I'm 65. Your current reality, if it's terrible, if you're overweight, if you're sad in an abusive relationship, if your crypto bags are at zero or at $200, if you've been rugged hundreds of times, if you're living in a third world country and sometimes you go hungry, that current reality does not have to be your destiny. But let's change it now by writing a new story, writing a script. So a script, I have a page, it's about a page long, and I usually read this every single day. And what I've done is, as a dreamer, I had these lifelong goals and I've condensed them all to a 10-year period. And so I basically say, hey, I don't know, it's in my backpack, but it's 2032 or what are we at? Year 2026. So it is I think I use age. Like I'm 42 years old, like blah, blah, blah. I'm 42 years old. And this is my current reality, right? I was a delusional optimist. I was right about this. The world is fake. I achieved my lifelong dreams in 10 years. I basically wrote the script for what I want to see happen in my life. In this script, I included all of my dreams, right? All the things that I need. I was so shocked and surprised at the current writing. I have this much money in my bank account. I have this much money in crypto. And in 2 years' time, my bank account is beep, 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 boom, 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 right? That's what the script says. I wrote that. It says, man, I made this so-and-so this. It was a huge hit. I made a bunch of money here. My dream wife is probably in the kitchen cooking for me right now, right? I built my dream library in my house. I have 2 kids. Those are a few things that are in my life script. 10 years from now, 9 years from now, 8 4/5 years from now. I wrote it about a little bit over a year ago, I think. Yeah, I think it's about a year old. So that's my current script, okay? I read this script and it's kind of the forecast that I'm choosing for my life. Now, the other thing that's important is this identity. My identity is a dreamer, but you don't really care. I'm just using myself as an example. What we care about is aligning your identity with your dream reality. So, does anybody know? Good to see Libre in the chat. What's up, OG? Hey, Global Crypto Explorer. First time listener on Dream Talk. Welcome in. Okay, so I like to make people think. So if you feel like participating again, you can. What is your, how about this? It's basically the title. What identity aligns with your dream reality? Does your current identity align with your dream reality? These are things to think about. So if I'm using myself as the example, I identify as a dreamer. So for me, my script is aligned with my identity. I don't choose, that's why I say like, oh yeah, I'm a meme coin founder. I don't use that label because it's not necessarily as meaningful to me. It's not my final stop. In my perceived script, in my outlandish dream world, the final stop is making my biggest dreams come true. And we're sharing a similar message because we're assuming that in the Dreamcat community, this is a place for the dreamers of the world to come together to use, this is our benefits that we give, unlocking the universal laws and navigating the crypto space, whether it's in Dreamcat directly as an investment, other meme coins, cat coins, altcoins, how we can leverage these tools, these thought processes, universal laws into this vehicle of crypto to make dreams come true. So I'm assuming that if you're listening, you are a dreamer. You are here, curiosity, education, to see how can you align with your dream. Me as a dreamer? Yes, my identity is aligned. In my dreamer identity, there's basically nothing that's impossible to me. I believe, if I needed it, I'll just be honest, I've told people I need a couple $1 billion to make my dreams come true. So I do believe that. I believe that I will get that in my lifetime. And because of that belief, $50 million sounds small to me. Because of that belief, getting $1 million, I'm a little slow right now, but I'm also stringing it all together. Like this is how it works in my opinion. my opinion. I'm not there yet. I can only tell you what I feel. You have these ambitions. You want these things. You get on the track. You get off the track. You learn things. You lose sight of them. You get distracted. You get back on track. And eventually, over time, it all compounds, right? It all adds up. Wow, you really, that principle I learned 5 years ago from that book, that actually is the truth. I'm going to now 100% believe and adopt this every single day consistently, which I've never done. And then the results sort of come. So in my mind, I feel like, in my script, in my identity, I'm about to make it, basically, right? I'm on the cusp of everything basically paying off. And it feels like, really important, your thoughts and feelings, it feels like I'm about to make it, right? At a smaller level, and then, maybe in the next 10 years at the big level. So for me, because that dream identity is so high, getting $1 million wouldn't change me at all. I don't think 5 would change me at all, because I'm not, I don't want to be retire and, get Bugattis. I have a mission. I have a purpose. I have a dream. It's just pieces of the puzzle. They'll help me, to accelerate me. I can now travel more freely. But because of the identity, seeing a lot of money will not ruin me. Okay? But if you don't identify, if your desires are out of alignment with your identity, golly, that's good. I feel like a preacher. I didn't even know that. I'm going to write this down for myself. If your desires are out of alignment, sorry, I just thought that was fire to myself. If your desires are out of alignment with your identity, there's a good chance that it won't happen for you, because your inner feelings, your inner beliefs about yourself, which shape your identity, are in confliction. On one side, you're optimistic with us. You're here in the comments. I see people in the Telegram group saying, I'm a DreamCat millionaire, right? I'm a DreamCat millionaire, and maybe they make $100K a year. So that would be 10 times their income. Maybe they make $500 a year. I'm a DreamCat millionaire. That's a quantum leap. We all do it. I'm going to be a millionaire. Crypto is going to make us millions, right? This is kind of the jargon in the talk. If that's your target and you're in the chat and you're excited, I'm a millionaire, I'm a DreamCat millionaire, and you have that goal or ambition and you are 50% with it. What do I mean? You believe that it's possible in DreamCat, that your current investment, you've seen the math. You say, wow, if DreamCat got to only 43 million, I'd literally have a 200x and I'd have $1 million in my wallet. I could believe it. I could conceive it. Maybe I'm the person, when we get to $1 billion market cap, we're actually going to give away $1 million in DreamCat. So a wallet, not with 1 million Dream tokens, $1 million in Dream. We will give that to one of our loyal believers who's established along the way. So another reason to rock with us, win the Dream Lottery. Maybe that's your shot, but you may feel it a little bit. You may feel excited about it. You may also think it may not be like super highly, but at least I know I have a chance. Okay. So these are the things that get you excited. They're going in your direction. They're good for you. However, if in addition to all those thoughts, meanwhile, you have an equal or battling thought of basically doubt or second guessing, yeah, I think maybe I could probably become a millionaire, but also, dude, I make $9 an hour at, whatever, Walmart, $15 an hour at Walmart. So damn, yeah, I say that, but damn, it would be the dream. And so the problem is that when the emotions are split, when the identity is not clear, it's like fog. It's like confusion. It's like murky. And you need clarity. Clarity's power, right? Because the thing that actually manifests for us is our state, our feeling, our frequency, right? Our vibration. So you're kind of at odds there. Now, if your identity is not aligned, if you're going to come in, let's just say, now here's what can happen too. You don't need to set up the identity. Reality can be reality. If you bought $1,000 of DreamCat and it becomes $1 million, You could be a moron and that could happen to you. And you could have no beliefs, no nothing, and you can get the money. But I guarantee over a short period of time, you will lose that money and not turn it into wealth as most people do. And you know why they don't? Because they didn't have the identity. Let's look at the odds. Let's go to the board. Penny the Jet Smith. If you know, you know. Let's go to the board. What percentage of lottery jackpot winners go bankrupt? Let's pull it up on the screen. What? This is messing up my speech. The stats are not aligning with, okay. Approximately 1/3, 33% of lottery jackpot winners eventually declare bankruptcy or experience serious financial distress, often within 3 to 5 years of their win, which is nuts. According to Certified Financial Planner Board, while some often repeated claims suggest up to 70% go broke, this has not been backed by evidence. So let's see, is it really all a lie? It's just 33%. Winners are more likely to declare, oh, well, this is interesting. Lottery winners are more likely to declare bankruptcy than the average American. Mismanagement of funds, reckless spending, bad investments, lavish lifestyles. Bankruptcy often occurs within 3 to 5 years. Now, the reason I say this is because I understand it on a deeper level. You may think it's because, oh, they got a lot of money and they spent it foolishly, but it's because the money just came to them without effort. When you become, that is the downside of crypto. And I might benefit from it. I might win based on it too, but thank the Lord, I've been tapping in already. I'm building the systems. And if you're here, you're building them too. So you're not caught by surprise and just blow all your money away. When you can make magic internet money and you can get an entire year of your salary overnight, it messes up your mind. It gives you crazy dopamine hits. It's like, wow, what's the point of ever working a job if I've done this? And the problem is it's not money in hand. Like when you spend on a credit card, it's easier to just let it fly. But when you see the cash leave your hand, like, damn, $1,000, 10, 100, it's like, damn. You're just like, oh, let me just throw it in a meme coin. It makes it more real when you can see it. So magic internet money is different. It's not conceivable. It's not the same. Well, guess what? Because of that, because of how fast money can be made in crypto, your ideals about money are not realistic. You make $2 million in 3 years, bull run to bear run, 4 years, you make $3 million from 10K. That's definitely possible. One of my buddies, the buddy who introduced me to crypto, who brands himself as a crypto millionaire, so he's not, hiding that. I think he turned either $10,000 or $20,000 into $1 million+ in one cycle, right? It took about a year's time. This can happen. This is what happened to him in 2018, I think it was, maybe it was 2021 last cycle. So this happened to him, okay? And he's a smart guy already. But you may think in your head, oh man, I did it in 2 years, so I'll just do it again. You spend the money recklessly, don't think about things, don't think for the long term, just think this is how money flies. And then think you can repeat the process, not knowing that what we're seeing, this is what I'm trying to tell you, so profound. This isn't normal. You think, oh, I just found crypto, I'll always be able to trade like this. This isn't normal. This is because there is no regulation, which is about to arrive, because it's the wild, wild west, because only a small percentage of people are here right now. Anything can happen. This is going to taper off. Normal gains, like Bitcoin gains in the future, may become 15% or 20% a year. And that's still going to be amazing. People say, forget the stock at 7% a year. I'm going to get 20% a year in Bitcoin. And it's going to pump, which is why it's better to believe early in something, right? See the vision in something. But are you with me? Am I rambling too much? Did I lose you, or am I making sense? Sometimes I feel I just get carried away and I just rant at you. And I want to make sure you're able to unpack, because I feel like what I'm saying is unpacking things that hold a lot of weight. We talked about a lot of different ideas. I talked to you about a script. I talked to you about an identity. I talked about how your beliefs, like 50% belief and 50% doubt, cancel each other out and stop the dream from coming true. But what I'm trying to get at with this whole identity is I'm trying to tell you that if you don't like your current identity, if your current identity is small, if your current identity does not support the millionaire version of you, if your current identity does not encompass living the life of your dreams, then by choice, you have to willingly choose to shift your identity. That may be you stop introducing yourself the way you do. Maybe naturally you make your identity what your current career is. Hi, I'm Joe and I'm a plumber. And so your identity is plumber. But can you make the alter ego? Can you change how you see yourself? Can you profess it? Can you manifest it? There are parties, they're like manifestation parties. And they're called act as if. So basically you dress the part of your dream reality and you manipulate it. So if I'm already wearing a suit and tie, it's a good example. Let's say I wanted to be, I don't know, a red carpet actor who's in all the biggest magazines. I would get a little statue of like an Emmy or a Golden Globe. I'd get like a fake Golden Globe. I'd bring it with me to this party. I'd maybe wear like a black suit and a bow tie. I'd print my face on a few magazine covers like Forbes or, you know, GQ or whatever. And I bring these with. And what I would do is I'd introduce people. This is a real party idea that Jack Canfield hosted. So you go around saying, hey, I'm Zach Krupp, 12-time Grammy, you know, super action Indiana Jones, but Zach Krupp actor type thing. You get what I'm saying, right? So it's a good thought process. So for you guys out there, I think I've already hit the hammer, but align with an identity that can support your dream reality. Because again, if you get big money right now, but you're like, you don't believe that you're worth big money, if you grew up super broke and you have $1 million, you may self-sabotage. You may self-sabotage. A lot of people have beliefs about money. Oh, money's evil, and money is, you know, I don't know, if I have too much, what if I lose it? What if someone steals it? Oh, I just don't want the responsibility. I'm just going to blow it all and get rid of it. All this inner stuff matters about everything, not anything, everything. Could you believe that? Could you believe that your crypto investing or your potential gains that you make are tied in and relevant to the inner version of you? This is why we talk about self-help and personal development. This is why I think it's actually a profound thing to add in for the dreamers here, because my understanding of life could be wrong, is really that everything comes from within, right? Our reality is reflected from within. My current reality that I'm living in is based on my past thoughts, beliefs that affected my actions. My last actions created this reality right here. This is a good stepping stone. I'm happy to be here. It's a blessing to live in Florida. I have this nice little studio setup. I love my signs back there. It's an improvement. I'm moving up in the world. But it's not my dream reality at the same time. So I really got, in order to shift my, you know, the money will come, the manifestation comes, but could it actually be more likely to come into your life once you change your identity, right? You could sit, you could wait, but maybe the sitting and the waiting that you do is based on your identity. Maybe according to your current makeup and identity, you're someone who believes you have to wait for the market to pump to just like get rich, right? Maybe crypto is the only vehicle that you see as a chance, right? When you, how do I say this right? I believe in crypto too. I think it's the one for me, but I don't limit it, because when you believe in your big destiny, you maybe flirt with the vehicle that you think could be the one. And oftentimes, if you're open enough to the destiny, not just the vehicle, I'm going to get rich on Dreamcat, I'm going to get rich on the bull run. If you're open to the destiny, I'm going to get rich, period. I literally, the future me is a multiple, you know, millionaire. I see myself in the house, the car. That's normal for me. I visualize that. I dream that up. Like, that's normal for me, right? That can be you. Whatever you dream up, that's the game that we play, right? You get that identity. So if you're stuck on just the vehicle and you don't have the identity, you'd be limiting yourself. Because maybe you're saying like, oh, since the market's not pumping, I'm going to sit on my hands and do nothing and come back when it pumps. Notice how many people are gone right now. But they all came for money, and that's okay. You can be here for money and still listening to this, because maybe you've just, hey, maybe Zach's onto something with this personal development stuff, which certainly altered things for me and will continue to be the main reason why the things that I desire happen to me. because it's universal law. We study it. But man, what a missed opportunity for the masses. All the people came here for money, hate their situation, don't want to spend 40 more years slaving away at the job, but they logged off when the prices stopped going up. When ironically, the greatest time to pay attention is when prices go down. Because you can study, you can know what to buy, you can focus on making more money, you can focus on dollar cost averaging, you can learn, you can build your thesis, you can build your beliefs, you can become the biggest believer, you can grow as a holder, you can continue to grow, or you could log off and wait for things to happen. What a contrasting difference. Like, what a place to be. So salute to those of you who are here. You are the dreamers. Maybe you show up for different reasons, but all the power to you, because I don't claim to know it all, but I think that personal development is a huge piece of what comes into our life. Like, for example, I'll give you one more example, and then I guess let's see if you guys, if you want me to do a game, like we do the game show at the end lately, we've tried to add that in. I know this is more a quiet show because I did it 42 minutes late, and I didn't promote it. I didn't put out promotional. Like I said, best day ever, but I'm losing at the same time. So we'll roll with it. If you want to participate in the game to win some dream, just comment anything now. And if you comment, you'll be a part of the game in the next few minutes. And basically how the game works is it's like a guessing game, right? So we bring up random images, you guess, you may have a minute to guess, you may be the first person to guess, and whoever has the most points basically wins the dream, right? If not, we'll divert and do something different. Just simple. I don't need you to be a puppet. I don't need you to dance and do things. If you want to play, you want to play. If not, no works. Takes two to tango in this game. Okay. So I want to tell you this. I can show you this. This will be like a little bit embarrassing, but I want to show you something. This could come off as corny, but I don't really care. I don't really care. Because what I was about to tell you is an actual video that I've done telling someone else, as long as I can pull it up. Oh, baby, I think I can. Perfect. All right. All right, but I can't reset it, so let me do that. Okay, so I'm going to show you, this is my Instagram, but it's soon to be my old Instagram. I'm going to show you a video. I wanted to tell you about what happened to me in crypto in 2021, because this was the last idea that just came to me. Because the thing is going into 2021, I decided, like, my focus was I want money. I decided I want money. I made the conscious thought that this year I'm going to make money. I want money. I need money. I don't know. It's just like my dominating focus. And I basically decided, right? I didn't hope, or I'm just like, this is what's going to happen. I can't even say I built it into my identity at the time. I was, struggling. I was in a hardship. But this is a video I did at a bar. I was wearing a GoPro. There was seasons of life where I was out there. And I told this story to someone who said, what would you say about like generational wealth or something? Okay, and this was a thought that I shared. But I shared this story based on crypto. And you'll see I get a little bit animated. But yeah, this is the story basically. So we'll just use this perspective to share it. Crap. We don't want the music. The music will make it get flagged on Spotify. So yeah, okay, cool. You heard. I think that's a good thing because I say this often, but just the fact of deciding, it's like a decision, right? And those are other little elements of personal development. Talking about the reticular activating system, a little thing in your brain that decides what you see and what you look for, right? It helps you decide or not. I got distracted reading comments, trying to multitask. Reticular activating system, whatever your dominating thoughts are, it looks for, so it'll find. So like if you believe in a conspiracy theory, it's going to find every little proof of that all the time, everywhere, right? And so, yeah, made the focus his money. The money came into my life, and that's the game. So had the identity set up for that. Okay, so we won't be playing the game show today, but we are going to, I'm just going to make it easy. Amos shared out the space. He was the first person in the comments, and he retweeted the space, and he commented the most. So Amos, we're just going to give you all 30K today. I didn't make it was my fault. I didn't plan well. I didn't promote. I slacked. I failed, but I also succeeded at the same time. And all the power to you. Power in the show up. So thank you as well, Chastity and Tim and Libre and Global Crypto Explorer, who we met briefly last week. I'm sorry that I DM'd you back sort of late. I was still talking to Peanut in the back end when you DM'd me. So yeah, guys, and to add to the failure, don't even have a quote of the day today. Don't even have a quote of the day. But bright side, I got so many buy one, get one free at the store. I may have lost thousands of dollars in crypto, but it's all vindicated because everything that I like to buy was buy one, get one free at the store. And I'm on a winning streak. I lit someone in line. Two things I did today, not even to flex. I'm trying to move more in love, right? So I'm having a kind of like, I don't know, you call it like an awakening or like an evolution of sort of just your understanding of things. And just so you know, if you ever go into this, like the best way to live theoretically is in love and empathy, right? If you want to make the world a great place, it's move in love. If you want to, manifest more, it's you got to feel good all the time, right? And the best way to get this going is by acts of service. And so I've been intentional to say lately, how can I make someone's day? How can I do something nice? How can I send love? Maybe I compliment someone. I appreciate, like, congrats, Amos. That's good energy right there. You are congratulating someone else's winnings, and winnings may be attracted to you now, right? I'll tell you what, if you join, I'll make a two-step process for you because I like to do this stuff just in the law of everything to prove it in real time. If you join our Telegram, and we have this little automated thing where I can send it automatically, the funds from Telegram. If you join our Telegram and you just add a wallet, I'll show you how to do it. I'll see you in the Telegram. I will also send you 30,000 Dream. And so you can have your first, I'm assuming, first Dream bag to look at. So how about that? Up to you. No pressure either way. But that would be an example, right? Like sending, it's good for you. So I saw someone, now I look for opportunities. And guess what? It's cheating. Helping other people win is cheating. Giving things away is cheating for your own good. But you can't have the intention just for the receive, right? Like you can't be like, oh, I'm going to open this door for this old lady so God sends me a $100 bill. Like that's not how it works. It has to be done freely. Today I was out and about. I saw someone taking a selfie, an old guy and a lady taking a selfie of a picture. And I said, an opportunity. I said, hey, would you just like me to take a picture for you? Let's do one vertical. Took 10 seconds. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no problem. I walked away the winner. They got the picture, but I'm like, free happiness. Just scooped it up. Free happiness. Then I was at the store getting all my buy one, get one's free. And there was like a mom with her daughter, like old mom and daughter, like 30-year-old daughter, older mom. And they're in the lanes and they got their stuff together. Like, they're in a rush. And I just pulled my cart back and said, go ahead, please. Like, oh, thank you so much. Slowed me down by 45 seconds. I said, I'm winning. Thank you for helping me win. So I'm on a winning streak. And notice I said I feel so good today because I'm just on a winning streak. Guess what? I went to bed planning to like sleep so good. I wrote out my plans for today. I just did them. I did what I wanted to do. I went on a fun ride today. It was like really fun. Just learning different things. I'm here with you guys, even if there's a couple of people here today. I'm just winning because I wanted to win. I chose to win. I feel good, right? Some days I don't. Is it a choice? Keep that in mind. So that's what we got. Appreciate you guys. As always, normally we do the quote of the day. We did the chart check-in the beginning in case you came late, like Libre, who is, totally, what? Oh, okay. All right, so check it out. So when we started the show, Dream was at 55K. So now it's at 53K. So I was saying, who's selling? This is the thing when you're a low cap. So our liquidity pools are directly tied to Solana. So some people to stabilize this, they tie it to like XRP or something more stable. We just haven't done that. Like we're building, we have the process, fluctuations will happen. But 55K when we started, it's 53K. Solana's gone down. We've had one buy. Someone bought, someone little DCA, 10,000 Dream, 90 cents. Hey, all the power to you. All the power to you. So 53K, there's the charts. We talked crypto in the beginning. That's what we got. But I'll tell you what, if you want more in-depth, if you want good stuff, ironically, our book clubs are almost becoming better than our Dream Talks, because on the book clubs, I don't pick a topic. We just read a chapter of the book, and it brings up the nitty-gritty stuff, and we just go all out. They're longer. More people have been showing up lately, and this was like our private thing. So if you want to join us on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do book club, and we are deep diving. I wish I could tell you the chapter, but it's going to be self-help and personal development. It's going to serve you. It's more development, a little bit crypto. But we've had a lot of fun on those. So those have been like more of the show than anything. So if you want to join us there, have a good old dandy time. I enjoy them. It's free flow. And see you Aid there and Amos. But that's all I got, guys. I am Zach Rupp, aka the Genie, aka Dream Cat, and signing off. We'll see you on Saturday or next week here for another installment of Dream Talk. Thank you.
That'll do it, guys. I just want to take a moment to send my gratitude. Thank you to all the dreamers who show up here, who support, who dream with us. I want to remind you that the mission here is not just meme coinery and, hey, come show up and waste your time. We're on a mission here. You may not understand it yet. You may not fathom or dream this big yet, but we are here to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. Laugh if you need to. Get it out of your system. All dreamers start somewhere, and it starts with a vision. What I love about the world, what I love about actually meme coins especially, is that belief is the main character. Belief is the main source of everything. It all comes down to belief. And that is what we are building the dream on. Matter of fact, if you know about the book Think and Grow Rich, it's in here. We talk about desire and consistency and compounding and all these things. We're building this mission on laws and principles that have been universal and conclusive for decades. We're building Dream in a way that has never been done before. We are a first mover, planting our flag in the space with full respect to the builders and the degens and everyone else who's built out this space. We're coming here as a newbie, as a first mover, and we're doing the opposite of everything you've ever seen. Our market cap may vary. Our holders may vary. Our volume may not be that sexy, but if you're hearing this message, you have a chance. You have a chance to watch the quantum leaps of improvement, step by step, moment by moment. It's revealed to you how the dream can change the world, how we can go from 2 believers to 10 to 1,000 to 2 and as it goes on and on, the dream becomes more and more undeniable. There's actually 3 specific things that we're going to do that set us apart. And that's this. Number 1, we're building on unshakable belief. Belief is everything. Some use it. Murad uses it a little bit, but we're using it at a level never before seen. We are giving you reasons to believe. We are showing in our consistency, stacking. Okay, number 1. Number 2, massive action plans. Some people have done them. Print out flyers, dress up in a chicken suit, go crazy. I've done these before. They make dreams come true. I've done them going 60%, 70% in. What could it look like if we go all in? What could it look like if 1,000 dreamers participate in massive action plans? I see a future that is undeniable, that is unstoppable. Why? Because the ticker is golden. It's dream. It's universal. It beats time. It goes for any sex, any religion. Everyone has a dream. But guess what? 97% of those people aren't going to see it come to pass. They don't have what it takes. They're not willing to go the distance, which is why so many have come to the dream and left. Because for most, seeing is believing. But if you're listening to this message now, there's a very good chance that you happen to be a visionary, or luck has found you and you are in the right place at the right time. It would be criminal of me not to encourage you to take a look at Dream, use your best judgment, and consider buying a bag. When you paint a vision so vast as building the largest community of the dreamers in the world, doing the opposite, being a first mover, building Dream as a mascot. Did you know that that's who Dream is? Dream is a mascot. He doesn't maybe have a meme. He's not one of these OG cat memes that everyone truly loves. He isn't known yet, but he's becoming known here, the most successful cat in the world. This is a community where dreams become reality. This is a community, when it's all said and done, where you can come chase this dream together with us while simultaneously chasing your own. And to be very blunt and clear, that is exactly what I am doing in real time. And I believe that if I'm able to make my dream come true within the Dream Cat community, well, Dream is a part of that dream. And so it's like a vision on top of a vision on top of a vision. But with success, which of course I believe in myself, I do, Dream will become maybe even more than what we envisioned it to be. It's simple concepts, brick by brick, compounding consistency, 1 to 2 to 8 to 16, 32. I skipped a bunch of numbers, 120 something, stack, stack, stack. We appreciate you being here. We simply want to remind you of our intentions. We simply want to remind you to tap into your dream. We want to remind you to wake up, stop chasing. Perhaps the time of chasing runners is over. Perhaps a season of builders is coming. And when it comes, I don't want you to be late to the party. No one is building like Dream. Dream does not have a ceiling. If you want to investigate this yourself, I encourage you to go over to the website, dreamcat.xyz, and take a look with your own eyes. Most will not. When they hear about the dream, they look at the volume, they look at the chart, they dismiss it, and they keep going. 1,000 believers, it's just math. In this 54-page PDF, we tell you reason after reason, specifically why Dream can change the game, why it's a mascot of tomorrow. We explain why I'm in Orlando, right? Why I'm here. It's for the dream. Check it out. Take a look. Do your own research. Buy, don't buy. We're indifferent. It's good either way. What we really want is for you to chase your dream and make it come true. And if you can do that and you don't buy a single token, we will win. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We hope to see you next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. Next week, invite in a friend. Retweet it out. Share it. Are you really a dreamer? Why is your PFP a dog when it could be Dream Cat? Shout out to the dog. Shout out to my friends. Fine. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.